rather 11 shots a game, and SMU averaging 16 shots a game. And off we go in Coral Gables. So Miami with the first possession. Serna out of the back, plays it forward. Trying to run onto it is Flynn. Serna very aggressive. Flynn's a player that you've kept a close eye on. Now Canali right away and sends this one over the top of the crossbar.
Not even a minute in, you just see the mentality from University of Miami. They want to press high. They want to play a little bit more positive in nature and put some pressure on this SMU back line early on. Fantastic start for Ken Messer and the Miami Hurricanes.
Cody Yardley, goal kick for SMU. If you are University of Miami, let's take their strategy first. You got SMU, a team that scored a lot of goals here so far. Miami wants to be more offensive-minded, but you also have to be on alert for this SMU squad that seems to have the ability to score.
It's a lot easier than it sounds, but you have to take the game away from the Mustangs. So if you're Ken Messer, the top priority is dictating tempo, getting on the ball, connecting some passes, because in doing that, Joe, now you do not afford SMU to get in any sort of rhythm going higher up the field.
Team that defeated Syracuse 4-1. Boston College 1-0. And an immediate threat here and sends that one just a little bit wide, carving a path through the defense and nearly an early strike for SMU. Very aggressive move by the Mustangs. Salama, who Miami's going to have to keep a close eye on.
4 goals, 4 assists on the season. A little bit of a glimpse of how explosive she can be from coming outside in.
SMU ranks 5th in the ACC, 25th in the NCAA in total goals with 23. Canali trying to put some pressure on the goalie and forces her to send the ball right out of play. So a quick throw in for Miami. It appears that Miami's trying to get a territory advantage deep in the SMU end.
Just trying to get in a rhythm, trying to get his girls higher up the field. Ken Messer full of confidence. Yet you just see the quality that SMU has, the ability to break the initial pressure, because if you do that, then you can find success on the weak side of the field.
SMU scored 17 goals through their first 5 games, which tied for the 5th most goals scored in the first 5 games of a season in program history. A nice way to get things going. Goal kick for the University of Miami. Gray Wilson. Serna for Salas, nudges it to McCartney. That pass, a turnover. That was a troubling pass and gives SMU a chance on the run here. A 1v1 and poking it away is Salas. Salama had an opportunity there on a 1v1, and Salas, the experienced defender for Miami, was able to take that ball away.
Fantastic defending from Salas, not to dive in, not to leave her feet when Salama takes that long touch. That's a good ball.
Zharski plays it in just a little bit ahead of Canali. And the Hurricanes look like they get a goal there. And Miami with the curtain raiser. After Kazarski played it in for Canali, Hurricanes keep it alive, and somehow Miami finds the back of the net for the curtain raiser.
5 minutes in, you just see how end-to-end this action has been. Starts with this fantastic idea from Kozarski trying to bend it around into that back post, but as a number 9, Canali, you don't get a bite at the first action, but you have to stay alive. You have to be proactive, and it's a fantastic bit of skill. Around her leg, open net. In the blink of an eye, University of Miami take the lead to give them a 1-0 lead here at home. Canali's 4th on the season.
My goodness gracious, that is some fancy footwork right there. A back heel goal by the freshman. Looked like that play was about ready to die. And Canali, Miami keeps it alive, great hustle, and grabs a 1-goal-to-none lead. Five minutes in. The curtain raiser by Canali.
Now, what does the reaction look like for Nicole Nelson and this SMU side? Moments ago, you were the one putting some pressure on this near side. Not tight enough on the back end. Now you're down a goal. So the next 5 minutes for the visiting side going to be really important here. Not to let this thing get out of hand.
How did Canali do that? That's a high-level play at this for collegiate. Just
so clever, understanding where she is on the field, where the pressure's coming. Watch out yet again.
You talk about a moment of magic. My goodness. King onto it for SMU. Hurricanes strike first.
Give credit to Kyla Gallagher as well on the opening goal. Does extremely well to continue her run at the back post. Put the ball in a dangerous area, you get rewarded. Gets her first assist on the season.
So good work all the way around by Gallagher, Kozarski, and Canali on the finish. I'd say if you're defending her, you're going to need eyes in the back of your head. So an electrifying start for Miami, 1-goal-to-none lead. Early wobble for SMU. There's a takeaway. Another chance for the Hurricanes. That one ricochets away. Flynn trying to do something with it.
Alarcon has been a fantastic addition to this University of Miami side as she plays centrally. A lot of what Ken Messer tries to do on both sides of the ball comes through her ability to force turnovers, but also set pieces. She's over everything. Look for quality service here from Alarcon.
Alarcon plays it on the ground. Try to get it right back to Alarcon, but that pass a little bit off the mark by Kozarski. Five minutes in, the Hurricanes score with Canali. On a back heel, sensational goal. Rambo this time with the corner kick for Miami, their second. Hurricanes work hard in those set pieces. That one doesn't result in much of anything, but nonetheless, a 1-0 lead for Ken Masur's squad. An early goal raises the curtain here in Coral Gables for Canale, or by Canale.
Start to see SMU press a little bit higher with their line of confrontation. So if you are one of the 3 center backs for University of Miami, you have to have the ability to pick up your head and bypass that initial pressure, much like we see Salas doing there. Ball over the top, go around the pressure, and then you can find success and create overloads, especially on wide parts of the field.
That one a bit overcooked trying to get it to Canale, but no way she was going to catch up to that one. See if SMU has a response here. Trying to thread that one all the way through the Miami defense. Wilson is there for Miami. Wilson gaining confidence, it seems, in every game.
Understanding and getting a relationship with her back line as well. Something that is just so important for any team. The foundation of your lineup. How confident can you be through your 2 center backs, your goalkeeper, because they can see everything in front of them. And that's when you can start to build up higher up the field through that leadership and organizationals.
Wilson, by the way, it would be interesting to note, Ricky, in high school, she had 73 shutouts in 77 matches.
Wow.
That's pretty good. Here's Canale again. Look out, one-on-one. Canale trying to get there off the right foot.
Fantastic bit of play again from University of Miami. It starts essentially. More Flynn is involved. Arlacone's involved. Now Canale has to run to be direct, but you have to give credit with Sophie King, the center back for SMU, like for like, with Canale denying her the second goal for University of Miami.
Another corner kick for Miami. They play it on the ground. Send this one in. Far post. Cerna trying to get there. It was off the head of Kozarski and trickles out of play. They say it was off of SMU. So 1-0 lead for Miami on a tremendous goal by Canale early in this match. Salas trying to get wide. Now Cerna finding some space for Flynn. Flynn to the end line, tries to cross it in. Flynn was working on every blade of grass.
That seems to be the most successful actions for SMU, is when they start on one side of the field and end on the other. Because Ken Masur wants to repress. He wants to recover the ball as quickly as possible. So if you do have the ability to bypass that first line of pressure, now you can have a lot of green grass to operate in on the weak side. So for SMU, how clean can you be at playing out of the back, and your decision making needs to be spot on. And for University of Miami, how good can you repress? I do think that is where this game is going to be won and lost.
There's Canali being shouted by 1, 2, 3 white jerseys and hooks that one wide.
Just has a very good feel of where to be and where the space that she picks up, whether it's running and beyond or in between lines, comfortable at all facets of the game.
Earlier this year, SMU defeated Texas Southern 6-0. Defeated Northwestern State 3-0. So a long way to go in this one, and they have plenty of firepower. Salas carving a path through SMU. Sophie King will be keeping an eye on her. Started 11 of 12 games played a year ago. Had multiple assists. There's King playing it forward. Salas doing a good bit of defending in the back for Miami. Salas from Green Hope High School in Raleigh, North Carolina.
It's a nice little battle that we have between Salas and Solomon. Two players, their experience, a lot of quality there. So that's a matchup that you have to continue to look out for.
Cody Yard, by the way, the goalie for SMU, a part of the Portuguese women's national team, has spent time with them. So two very good goalies here tonight. Here's a long ball. Flynn racing for it and can't catch up to it. Elbow to elbow, Flynn and Abby Hampton. Cody Yard is a transfer from Arkansas. At Arkansas, she helped the Razorbacks to a 15-5-2 season. So a lot of SEC experience there. Quick throw in by SMU. Yamal. Hurricanes scored first, 5 minutes in. Canali with a back heel. Surprised everybody. Looked like Miami had run out of room.
It's a fantastic bit of skill. Something that we've come to expect from Canali. Really good opportunity here as McCartney stands over it. Just to cause a little bit of chaos within this back line of SMU.
Well struck by right to Cody Yard. Cody Yard able to cradle that one. She too trying to recover from giving up an early goal. That's probably the goalie's nightmare. the early goal. That will test your confidence, right?
And not what you want, not only for a goalie, but for every single player in SMU jersey. Especially when you're on the road, the first 5 minutes are everything. You do not want to concede because now you have to go and chase the game. You have to play a little bit more expansive. Result of that, gap can start to open up. So it's a big test of the mentality from Nicole Nelson and this SMU side.
I kind of equate that with a baseball player who makes an error in the first inning.
Yep, exactly.
The baseball gods are sure to send more ground balls that way. The same player. Go to yard, swings the leg and booms this one down the field. A little bit of space here now for Salama to operate in. SMU trying to equalize. Salama trying to get a second chance here. Looked like she was going to play it wide. Instead, lines up this strike and scores. My goodness gracious. Salama, you talk about being determined. What a wonderful strike, and that equalizes the game. We're tied at 1, and she would not be denied.
Been the most active player for SMU. She gets denied once, will get the second bite at the apple, makes no mistake about the finish. Head up, laces through this ball, just tattoos this thing into that top corner. No chance for Wilson. 5 goals on the season, and more importantly, gives SMU the equalizer here in Coral Gables.
Man alive, we've had 2 big-time goals here tonight. That was a rocket. She might have hydraulic pistons in her legs.
She gets denied there. Now it's a little swivel to hips as she closes them. Now she sends a defender to create a little bit of space. And what a strike that is. Fantastic technique, fantastic power to get her 5th on the season.
I'm not sure what was better, the strike on the goal or the setup with the little bluff of I'm going to play it wide and then the big-time strike for the goal.
It's so important as an attacking player. We've seen 2 different goals, but very similar in an instance. Canali, she creates her own space with her movement to pop off the blind side. But Salama now, it's that little bit of that hip action just to create some space to pull the trigger as well. As an attacking player, if you can create that yard, that is going to be everything for your success.
AAC Player of the Week earlier this season. Last year played over 1,000 minutes. Scored the game-winning goal a year ago against Tennessee and equalizes here tonight. At the 20-minute mark, equalizes. We're tied at 1 as Rose comes on for Byers. Off the corner, that one sails across the pitch. Eliana Salama. By the way, she is a local product from Pembroke Pines Charter. That is about 20 minutes away from the University of Miami. Well, I'm being generous. In traffic, it's like 45 minutes.
Nothing like coming back into your home state, your home area, and getting an equalizer goal in that fashion. You knew there was always going to be a little bit of motivation. What a strike that was from Salama.
Salama, her moment to shine in her hometown. And She's accustomed to those headlines because she was a 3-time all-county first-team selection here in South Florida. So her name was often in the headlines, as it is tonight. Hurricanes and SMU are tied. SMU trying to do something about that. Racing forward. Into the box, and another shot that is just maybe partially deflected by Wilson on the near post, but another nice shot, this one by Eddie. And I think Wilson might have got a little piece of it.
This attacking line for SMU, whether it is Salama or Eddie, both players have the ability to create not only for themselves, but for bring players into this game as well. His eyes for that top corner just overhits it. The University of Miami having a really difficult time winning that battle in the central location of this field. Over the last 5 to 10 minutes, it's been all one-way traffic for the Mustangs.
Another opportunity. That one catches the side of the net. Nia Rose, she's been heavily involved here in the last couple of minutes.
It's a fantastic turn to create a little bit of separation between her and her marker. Just hits it a bit wide, but has Gray Wilson scrambling towards her near post. A team that has scored 20 goals in this 2024 season, this SMU side. No shortage of shots from Nicole Nelson.
Rose, by the way, 11 goals scored a year ago. Led the AAC. So they've got quite a combination here up front. Rose and Salama. Now it's Salama. Some fancy work again. Salama, another shot, and this time denied by Gray Wilson. Diving to her right.
Just so explosive. So technically sound. This little step right here, and it's the second touch right there that cuts off the angle for Cerner, because she cannot make a play. If she does, it's a foul. But Salama just closed up her hips a little bit too early. That's why the ball goes wide of that near post.
We thought we might have some fireworks, and all of a sudden the action picking up here.
And you just see what that goal does in terms of the confidence for SMU. Getting on the ball a little bit more. Now they're isolating those attacking players, whether it is Rose, Eddie, or Salama. They've been putting some pressure against this University of Miami side.
6 shots for SMU, 4 shots for Miami. Game is tied, and we have an injured Hurricane. Not sure if that's Canali. She's had a little problem with her foot here tonight, and yeah, this Canali went down.
Just falls a bit awkwardly on that right ankle, Canali. Not what you want. Ken Messer in the University of Miami, your leading goal scorer. Good to see her walking on her own power. Hopefully she's okay to continue on.
Ungashuk will send this one forward. Quite a match developing here. Miami 1, SMU 1. Teams have combined for 10 shots so far. Kozarski looking for some space across the midline. Some long strides. Tries to get it to Alarcon.
That middle trio for the University of Miami need to be a little bit better in terms of being connected on the ball. Nicholson Alarcon, Kozarski, their spacing is a little bit off at this moment in time. That's why you start to see SMU find those little pockets of space to change a point of attack.
The slippery work of Eliana Salama has this game tied at 1. There's a turnover, and it's going to be a dangerous spot now for Miami. Salama just misses wide. Got into the box, nearly point-blank range, and pulled that one just a little bit wide.
Starts with a bit too casual from Salas, but as Salama comes horizontally, you want her to continue that momentum, because look at that far post. Extremely open. If she just opens up her hips and simply guides it to the wrong side of the goal, an easily 2-1 SMU lead. Yet again, for University of Miami, you need to be a little bit cleaner when playing out of the back.
About the work of McCartney there, because she was in a situation where she had to make a quick decision. There's another chance, and Wilson again up to the challenge. I think McCartney knew there was trouble brewing.
As a secondary defender, when you shift over and when you provide coverage is really important. McCartney did just that to throw off Salama.
Sage Carey in the contest for Miami.
Really good work there. First it's from Grambo. Over the top into Kyla Gallagher. When yet a really dangerous set piece as we approach 16 remaining in this first half.
Hurricanes with their 5th corner of the night. Grambo will line it up. They've been playing it on the ground here the first several attempts. Let's see what Grambo decides to do here as she weighs her options out of the corner. Lobs it in there for Serna. Curran races into the match for Miami. Alvord in for SMU. Some fresh legs for both teams. Had a lot of rain earlier, warm day, a lot of rain earlier, which leads to a very humid night. Better description be simply it's a sauna. Edwards for Miami. In for Alarcon. Rambo's been steady as a rock for Miami this season. She gets it in. Edwards is tied up. Edwards and Sophie King. So much about the game of soccer is the shape, staying in shape. But when you get disheveled, there's been a little bit of that here tonight. When you get disheveled, how do they get it back in? How do they rein it back in to get back into the shape they want?
I think you look at the leaders on the field, right? And we talked about, especially for University of Miami, Gray Wilson understanding how her two center backs want to play. and what are their tendencies, because they can see everything in front of them. So it starts in the back, then it moves into that middle. That single midfield player, that's a good idea there. You want her to be kind of the general on the field, on and off the ball, dictating tempo, but also clogging passing lanes so you do not give SMU some success in those locations. And then you let your two players higher up the field, which seem to be Caroline Hood, Gallagher, to express themselves and be those game changers that they are.
King had a tough time collecting that one now. Miami trying to take advantage of it. Kozarski plays it off for Hood. Hood tries to cross it. Kozarski off the left foot and just sails it over the crossbar.
Falls kindly to Kozarski. But as this ball comes back towards you, the top priority is to get your shoulders over the ball so it has no chance of going up and over the crossbar. Unable to get her feet underneath her, but good action yet again from University of Miami. She's been fantastic to start this game on this near side.
Kozarski will get a rest. Endall comes in for Miami. Hurricanes trying to continue to keep the pressure on SMU. Trying to win the possession game in the battle of the territory. Salas plays it back for McCartney. Salas one more time. Nudges it forward. Ushers across the midline. Endall can't get there. Although off of SMU, and will set up another corner for Miami. So as we approach the 10-minute mark, big chance here for the Canes. Rambo off the left foot. Cerna with good hustle.
The second time that we've seen University of Miami elect to go short on a corner kick. So that leads you to believe that's something that Ken Messer has seen in film. Maybe just trying to change the angle, catch this SMU side sleeping, and pop it back into that back post. But so far it's so good in terms of the box defending for the visiting side.
Salas went in hard on that one. Here's another look.
She's been really active on this near side. It's a left arm. Nia Rose that pulls down, excuse me, Kelly Gordon that pulls down Salas.
Yeah, I think I had a piece of her jersey.
Yeah.
So a free kick awarded to Miami will be taken by Wilson. Hurricanes goal by Canali 5 minutes in. Salama equalized at about the 1950 mark. Here, Miami with a chance, point blank range, and that one's deflected away. Nice job by Coda Yard, who deflects it away and preserves this match and holds it at a 1-1 game.
Talked about how important set pieces can be when you elect just to put the ball into the mixer and ask one of your players to go and make a play. I love the quick reaction from Kyla Gallagher. That's not the initial ball, it's the secondary ball, and she does everything right, but that's a fantastic save from Coda Yard.
Gallagher right there, another chance for Miami in the corner. Cerna goes airborne. Cerna in her 40th game for Miami in her 19th start. Landers into the fray for Miami as Gallagher gets her rest. Tied in 1. Approaching 8 minutes to go in the first half. Eight shots by SMU, 7 by Miami.
Fantastic defending from Serna. Really well done. Understanding as everyone shifts across, she has to stay like for like with her marker. Flawless in her positioning.
Over 1,900 minutes on the pitch. It's a lot of time.
And it showed there her experience, the ability to read the game.
Russo checks in for SMU. Hurricanes and Mustangs level at 1. That pass too soft and could put SMU in a bit of a pickle there. Hood was racing onto it. SMU, 3 players there, 2 more arriving. Poked away by Miami. Collected by Peterson. Not sure if Wilson got all of that one. But Cody Yard comes up for SMU. Final 6 minutes of the first half. Hata checks in for SMU. Paxton Bach has entered the situation. The situation is Miami 1, SMU 1. And Ali a goal 5 minutes in. Salama answered, 1950. Miami 7 shots, SMU 8. So there you are. Here we are, 5 minutes to go.
It's a nice little pocket of space from Mendal. Right beyond that line of 3 from SMU. Now the next step, you need to connect that last pass, because if you do, now you can put a Yard under some pressure. Through 41 minutes, it's been a fantastic match in this ACC conference. The tempo has been high, competitive spirit, understanding how important these 3 points are for both of these universities.
Hurricanes looking for an escape route here. Pinned back in. Final 4 of the first half. Endall was racing forward. Came back to get it. Peterson connects with Hara. Closed off by Endall. Salas for Edwards in her 56th game for the University of Miami. A lot of experience for Edwards. He started 32, approaching 3,000 career minutes. That's a lot of huffing and puffing. So now the final stages of the first half, and looks like a big opportunity here for Miami. Cody Yard with 3 saves so far. Had one from point blank range that kept this match even.
A fantastic opportunity this would be to go into the locker room up a goal for University of Miami. So you're aiming for right between that 6-yard box here.
This one lofted in. Pinballs around. SMU able to clear the pressure. Under 2 minutes to play. Another chance for Miami, and Hood can't get there on the near post from Endahl.
And Endahl's been really lively since she's walked over that white line with her runs, her verticality, just her presence. University of Miami has shown how dangerous they can be when they whip the ball into a dangerous area, and it's not the initial action on the ball, it's the secondary wave that really has been causing some issues for SMU.
8th corner kick of the night for Miami in the first half. 8 corners. That one lofted in there. Saw Miami score a week ago. There's Crosby on the corner. Under a minute to go.
Talk about the coverage from Salas. Falls a bit awkwardly. Hopefully she's okay. She's been fantastic through the back line for University of Miami.
Rambo in the final seconds here. We'll off this one toward the goal off the left foot. Cerna off the head. That pretty much is going to have the first half. Is going to come to an end here. Unless something crazy happens, both teams are going to go to the locker room even. And a good first half. Exciting. 16 shots in this match so far as we come to the end of the first 90 minutes. 16 shots, 8 by each side. Miami dominating. And here we go. Right off the bat, SMU tries to get it to Eddie. If you're Miami, it's hard to pay all of your attention to Salama because they do have other goal scorers. We saw Naya Rose with 2 beautiful strikes as well.
She has 2 goals on the season. You look at Eddie, 4 goals, 2 assists on the season as well. There's so many weapons for this SMU side, a team that has scored 19 times, 20 now in 2024, and yet they've only conceded 8 times. 2-game winning streak. This team is full of confidence. Watch out here.
Kings with their first opportunity of the second half. Flynn, 17 newcomers. It's a new-looking University of Miami team. 17 newcomers on the squad trying to get their first ACC win at home.
Talked about the form that SMU is in, but for University of Miami, have won 3 out of their last 4. We talked about last time out going like for like with the #2 team in the country. So this team in their own right, full of confidence as well. A lot of weapons, and they can hurt you in different ways.
Rambo out of the back off the left foot. Nicholson plays it to the short side. Gets it back wide. Nicholson toward the near post. A couple of Hurricane bodies trying to leap through the air. Look at this takeaway and spinorama there. That was, Hummel got a piece of, that's going to be a yellow card. That was pretty aggressive play right there.
Bit of frustration from Hummel. Morflin does well to pick her pocket, handful the jersey, brings her down, and now gives University of Miami good opportunity early on in this second half to put the ball in a dangerous area and try to get their second goal.
So a yellow card handed out here at the start of the second half, and now a big chance for Miami. McCartney and Grambo commiserating.
The location you want to put this ball in is right between that 6-yard box and penalty mark.
McCartney serves it in, nice ball. Might have got a piece of the shoulder. Hurricanes couldn't finish that one.
Because as you just put this ball right on top of that 6-yard box, now you really tested the decision making of Cotillard. If she comes off her line, she needs to be very sure that she's going to make a play on it. Morflin actually gets her before her, just turns her back on the ball.
McCartney trying to stay with it, trying to nudge it over to Grambo. Lumall tries to hit it. And once again, those two, Flynn and Amal, are going back and forth. Canali. McCartney on the near side. Canali again working some magic for Grambo. SMU seems to be a bit out of sorts right now. Just like that, they can change things. Rambo hustling. Good bit of defending by McCartney. Good job by McCartney getting back on defense. Nieves may have taken the brunt of that.
Hopefully she's okay. Another player, Nieves, that has 3 goals and 1 assist on the season. Hopefully she's okay to continue on. Massive part of the attacking phase of the game for the Mustangs.
I'm not sure if she got the wind knocked out of her or if there's some, if the ball hit her in the lip, maybe she has some blood on her jersey there. I'm not quite sure. At any rate, she is headed toward the sideline and will be replaced by Brousseau.
Substitution, number 20, Lou Brousseau, in for number 6, Sammy Nieves.
SMU trying to break this tie, and a quick shot. Oh my goodness, and a goal. Wow, what a shot. And SMU has broken the tie. It's 2-1. Let's see, they officially give that goal to Salama. Was in the area, but I think it might have been 19 Rose in traffic.
Talk about the athletic ability, the technical ability, and the execution. Might be up for goal of the season.
Oh my goodness, what a play by Rose.
Her first
Wow.
touch to set her up. Her secondary, the acrobatic, the scissor kick. No stopping that. Third on the season, and gives SMU a 1-goal lead here in Coral Gables. Fantastic individual magic from Nia Rose.
Oh yeah, boy, Rose, her moment to shine. That was spectacular. Oh, that's a breathtaking goal, and quite honestly, I don't think there's any way to defend it.
There is none. Sports Center
Wow.
top 10. Fantastic stuff.
'49th minute. Rose puts SMU in front with just a breathtaking, captivating goal. 2-1 SMU. And that was in traffic.
Just fantastic body control as well. Comes out of nothing. World-class strike.
Two goals to one, SMU with the lead in Coral Gables. I'm not sure if there's much Miami could have done with that one, because as I mentioned, there was traffic around her. Here comes Salama. Miami trying to take the ball away from Salama. Combination of Salama and Rose have been really good. Salama's out wide.
It's good defending there from Grambo.
Going to get a yellow card on Miami. I believe that's going to go on Gallagher.
It's Salama that comes in a little bit late that catches
Maybe it was-
Gallagher.
Yeah, maybe it's the other way around. Maybe it was Salama. I take that back.
You have
That's on
Salama
Salama.
and Umel, both on yellow cards for the SMU Mustangs.
So 2 cards on SMU. Salama gets that one. Unsporting.
What does the reaction look like now for Ken Masur's side? Everyone to concede within the first 10 minutes after coming out of the locker room. You get Alarcon on the ball a little bit more. Result of that, now you can afford more Flynn and Canale just to go and search the game. 2 players that need to become more influential in the second half here for the Canes.
So Miami now with 38 minutes to rectify things here. Grambo will collect this one on the near side against Salama. McCartney turns it over to Amol. Salama. So far the goal of the night by Rose. My goodness, at 49 minutes, a scissor kick. That was an incredible play.
That has to be up for goal of the year, goal of the season. Fantastic bit of skill and magic. No other way to describe it.
SMU throw in. Now Canali with their chance. Trying to get through a thicket of defenders. If you're Miami, you almost have to weather the psychological storm.
Comes down to decision making now for University of Miami, understanding where the areas of the field that where you can play. No need to try to force the ball into a traffic area. Will not be surprised if we see them play a little bit more direct away from their defending goal to gain some real estate and to put some more pressure on this back line from SMU.
Look out, here comes Salama. Wilson comes sliding out.
Good decision from Gray Wilson, yes. The player's caught offside, but Sang tuned in mentally. Quick off her line to deny a transitional moment. The goalkeeper for the Hurricanes.
Canali racing on to that one. And Miami is saying that should be a corner, but they're going to say last touched, I believe, by Miami. Sophie King's been doing a lot of defending for SMU. Davis will come back onto the pitch for the Mustangs. Sammy Nieves from Las Vegas, from the popular Bishop Gorman High School. McCartney being shadowed by Eddie. Rambo on the near side. Nicholson plays it back. Kane's trying to find a way to unlock the SMU defense. Canali chasing it. Cody Yard able to clear it. 10 shots for Miami, 10 for SMU. 5 shots on goal for Miami, 3 on goal for SMU. They've connected twice. Yard with 4 saves. Wilson with 2 for Miami. Or rather with 1. Recap. Canali scored first for Miami, 4.5 minutes into the match. At the 1950 mark, SMU leveled the game at 1. Salama scoring. And then here in the second half, the 49-minute mark, an absolutely wonderful goal by Nia Rose. Puts SMU in front 2-1. That's the recap. So here we are, 33 minutes to go. 2-1 leaders, SMU. Miami a bit of catching up to do here.
And this is when the University of Miami are at their best, when they slow the game down and pick and choose their times when to exploit. Fantastic ball over the top here.
4 Hurricanes trying to arrive, and Flynn got one off her foot.
Really good movement first from Canali as he goes across that near post. She pulls out a defender with her, so that opens up the space for more Flynn for the secondary ball. But it's a really difficult technique as it just skips off the grass towards that knee area. Those are the types of players and actions that you need to see a little bit more of Veer Ken Masur.
Kay and Huron come in for Miami. Kay, saw last week against Virginia, had a big shot. She has a bit of a nose for the goal as well.
SMU substitution. Number 12, passing box in for number 25, Sophie Kim.
There's a long distance shot, not much of a threat as we're about ready to go into the final 30 minutes.
SMU substitution. Number 17, Tori Peterson for number 8, Mackenzie Redding.
Dangerous spot here. Wilson out of position. Big chance for SMU. Point blank range. Wind up and the shot sails high.
It's all about balance now for the University of Miami. You cannot afford to leave yourself vulnerable going back the other way. Too many players get caught ball watching. But as this ball comes back across, Lizzetti's just leaning back. That's why it goes up and over the crossbar.
Davis and Eddie trying to collaborate on that one. SMU, they can stretch you out.
They work hard, they're vertical in nature, and they have a lot of weapons on every part of the field. Nieves, Eddie, Solomon.
Just under 30 minutes to go. Tightly contested, 2 goals to 1. 12 shots by Miami, 11 by SMU. Kay trying to get there in the corner. Canali turning. Miami had 7 corner kicks in the first half. McCartney. Now Cerna. See if Miami has something percolating here. That might be Ungashuk down for SMU. That took a pretty hard fall.
Yeah, she falls a bit awkwardly. Hopefully she's okay. No ill will from Alarcon, just a bit awkward on the angle.
Kazarski with a throw in, tried to get it to Canali. Canali surrounded by Mustangs. And now another set piece for Miami and Alarcon. Big moment here for Miami.
Remember earlier in the first half they elected to go short, but it does seem like Ken Masur has found success when playing direct into the box.
And Miami answers just like that. Ricky, you called it. And it gets deflected in, and Miami's leveled this game at 2. Alarcon sent it in. It found its way through a thicket of SMU defenders. And we'll see who gets the goal for Miami. And it just might be Canali.
Fantastic ball in from Alarcon to that near post where everyone vacates, and it's Canali, the first to react. But as this ball's coming across, notice she does not need to hit it hard. Just let momentum do its thing and simply redirect it into that near post. Too quick for Cotillard to react, and she gets her second this evening and ties this thing at 2 yet again.
Now with under 30 minutes to go, who will have the best closing argument? Here comes Kay. Kay to the middle of the field. Kay lets it fly, and Cotillard is right there.
Now you start to see the confidence coming out within for this University of Miami side. We saw it earlier with SMU. A goal will do a world of good for the mental state of this game.
Well, we thought we might have a shootout here tonight. This one wellied over the top. Miami 2 and SMU 2. And now it is game on.
It's very similar yet again. Fantastic technique from Canali. About 7 yards out. You don't need to hit it hard. Just simply make clean contact on it, and you will get your reward. He does just that and gets her 5th on the season.
And how about the job done by Alarcon? Put that ball in a perfect spot. Like it had a radar on it. So now, who can find the game winner here in the final 25 minutes or so? Miami back in business. This one is tied at 2. Ollie trying to get herself into another dangerous spot. Nicholson. Well, 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 what do we have here? 26 minutes to go, tied at 2. We've had some pretty good shot making here tonight.
You talked about it coming into this game. Both of these teams wanted to be on the front foot. They wanted to score goals. They want to play active and attractive style of soccer. And we've seen just that, and it's exactly what you would expect into an ACC conference matchup.
SMU substitution, number 24, Emma Alvarez, for number 14, Liz Eddy. And number 13, Denali Hamba, for Lydia Lugas.
Miami led 1 goal to none. SMU scored the next 2. Now Miami's leveled this thing. Denali 2 goals tonight for the Hurricanes. Who will get the final reward? Both squads have good defenders, and they're going up against good shot makers. The defenders will have their antennas on high alert. Kay to Canali.
Watch out here.
Nieves, she's gesturing for the ball. She's in the box. Nieves off the right foot, and this one is deflected away by Miami at the last second. Nieves played it in. I think Hearn was part of the crew that just saved Miami's bacon.
Fantastic ball across, and give credit to Hearn. And awkwardly, as there's a player at your feet coming in, Nia Rose trying to cause a little bit of chaos and deflect it back across the goal line to stay focused and to clear her lines. Fantastic work from the center midfielder, Hearn.
I think they're going to review this. I think they're going to review this to see if that ball went across the goal line.
And remember,
It
it's
was
the
very
whole ball.
close.
It's the whole ball
Yeah.
that needs to go across this white line.
Herron knew what she wanted to do, but she got tangled up there.
It needs to be clear and obvious as well for our referee to overturn it. Does not go across there.
A nice Miami bounce, that's for sure.
I'll tell you what, I do not think the ball crosses.
That did not cross. Rose, a split-second lead. Herron did a great job of maintaining her balance, because she was nearly tripped by her own teammate trying to get in position. I think that was Cerna that was back there defending.
And it's a first look that I think gives us the better angle of where the ball is in proximity to the goal line. You won't tell from this angle. It doesn't look like it crosses there.
Jonathan Belinsky is our referee. Yeah, that's a head-scratching moment, that's for sure.
Corner kick. I think it's a good call by our center referee, because when you go to VAR, it needs to be clear and obvious to overturn it.
So here is Davis on the corner for SMU. Their fourth corner kick of the night. Davis lofts it in there. And again, it's Nia Rose in the vicinity, but an injured Hurricane.
Looks like it's Canali that picks up the second ball right before an SMU player comes across and takes her out.
I think we have another yellow card to come. Let's see.
It
Oh
is.
yeah, Canali got tripped up by Rose.
Nia Rose will be the third player
Yeah.
for SMU.
There's the card, so a third yellow card. Two goal scorers are on yellow cards, Rose and Salama. So the battle lines have been drawn here with about 23 minutes to go. Miami and SMU deadlocked at 2. Very close, a lot of tension. This has been a heck of a match. Had a little bit of everything.
It's what you expect in an ACC
Physical
match.
play. Both teams not leaving anything on the table. Some great shot making. I mean, right from the get-go, we saw Canali with a back heel goal. That was tremendous. Then Salama with a big-time strike. That was a spectacular goal, only to get outdone by Rose, who has this incredible scissor kick. And then Miami says, okay, we can do the same thing off a great corner through 3 or 4 defenders, and Canali with a finish.
One thing that we've noticed through this ACC conference now, it's a matter of moments. That's going to be the difference, whether it is set pieces, whether it is individual brilliance, much like Rose. Much time when you talk about how tightly competitive that these matches have been played at. It's who's going to be more clinical in critical moments, and there's been 4 fantastic individual plays throughout this match.
who is going to be the inspiration here down the stretch. SMU trying to work it wide. Paxton Bach, she's found some space. Peterson. Salama trying to go to work against 1, 2, 3 Hurricanes.
Good recognition from Cerna. As both players have cut the angle to the cutback back. Now she steps up and forces Salama go to the byline.
Number 5, Bruce Byers into the game for number 19, Naya Rose.
Rose goes out at a critical time. Byers comes on for SMU. Salama to the far post. The two SMU Mustangs arriving at the same time as Wilson.
Did seem like Gray Wilson gets a touch on this ball when a referee says doesn't. My initial reaction, she does just help it on with her right fist right there.
I thought she punched it away,
Yeah.
but maybe she punched air. Now 20 minutes to go. Tightly knotted, very close. 2 goals to 2 goals. Salama lets it fly and breaks the tie. My goodness, what a shot. The moment that she's waited for, and Salama puts SMU in front. 3-2 with her second goal of the night.
Big time players stand up in big time moments. How quickly she can go to her right foot, but quickly shift it to her left foot as well. The quality never wavers, whichever foot she sets up. Endall creates a little bit of separation, and low and hard gives you a chance towards that back post. Gray Wilson shifts to cover that angle. Fantastic and clinical finish from Salama to give SMU the lead here yet again.
This has been a topsy-turvy game. Will there be one more twist? 3-2 SMU. Salama with 2 goals. Canali with 2 goals.
It's just been so impressive about Salama is that everything she does it at pace. Does it really quickly, and that makes it really difficult to defend her. Because as a defender, you always want to watch the body position. When they take that long touch, that's when you can step in, but she's just as quick.
Salama just an exquisite dribbler. Great balance, terrific vision.
Yellow card assessed to number 19 on Miami, Maddie Madden.
And a nightmare for a defender. The 70th minute, Salama puts SMU back in front. A hometown player in front of her family and friends. Landers picks up a yellow card for Miami.
Miami substitution number 15, Giselle Kazarski in the game for number 3, Adriana Serra.
Nicole Nelson. She may have just picked up. Is that possible that she got a yellow card? This is turning out to be wild. She tossed a few barbs toward the referee, and she gets a reprimand.
Hasn't been any sort of rhythm over the last 6 minutes here. Been very stop and start. Now, how do you deal with adversity? That's going to be really important for University of Miami. Because I've said it time and time again, they're at their best when they slow the game down, when they create opportunities through their possession and change the point of attack. Seems like SMU wants to play a little bit more of a chaotic kind of tempo, play more direct, fight for second balls, go 1v1, especially with the quality that they have. But for the Hurricanes, changing the point of attack, getting Canali and Moore and Flynn to stretch the opposition. That's going to be your way that you claw yourself back into this game.
Now Miami will try to equalize here late. Flynn and Edwards come on for Miami. We've had one stunning goal after another here tonight. Will there be one more twist in this tale of ACC women's soccer in Coral Gables? Flynn for Grambo. Over to check Grambo. Alvord. On the overlap, Kazarski gets it. Out of the corner, Kazarski has it deflected. It's still alive, perhaps in a dangerous area. Miami, can they get the equalizer right here? And they do! Nicholson ties the game. Nicholson levels it. Miami would not quit, and they have their reward. The game is even, 3-3, and we still have nearly 17 minutes to play.
Fantastic technique from Nicholson here. Understand you just need to get clean contact and watch her shoulders over the ball the whole way. There's information on the pass from Moore. Flynn just rolls it into her path, and now she needs to hit it first time. Clean contact. Second goal in the season. 3-3 here with 16 plus remaining.
Holy Moses. Heavens, the Betsy tied at 3. What are we going to have here? What kind of finish? Who's going to have the best closing argument? That's the question right now. It would be a shame for either side to lose. It would also be a shame not to find a winner. So 16 nerve-wracking minutes to go in Coral Gables. Now, Flynn is being called over, as is Haley Harton. And a reprimand by the referee. How about this match, Ricky? Goes one way and then the other and then back the other way.
For neutral, it's exactly what you want and you would expect at ACC level. One of, if not the best conference in Division I women's soccer.
Nieves lobs it in there. Where that ball was pinballing around, it was dangerous. Endall gets there for Miami with good hustle. And SMU loses it.
Really good work there from Endall. That extra effort results of her team getting on the ball a little bit more and pushing more players higher up the field.
Miami 3 goals, SMU 3 goals. Nicholson levels the match at the 73rd minute. Might be one of the best matches that the University of Miami's been involved in years. This has been highly entertaining with a lot of tension. And neither side backing down. Now both looking for the winner here in the final 14 minutes. Here comes Kozarski moving forward. Kozarski rips off a shot. Cody Yard is right there. "15 shots for Miami, 14 for SMU. Miami 8 shots on goal. Mustangs have 4.
It's a hard challenge.
And another yellow card. "11 SMU fouls, 7 Miami fouls."
Especially in this second half, it's been a bit more physical between both teams here. Challenges that have came in. Here's Hearn that comes in. Really difficult to leave your feet in the middle of the field with so much green grass. You need to get it right. Islam is just a bit quicker. Grace Hearn picks up a yellow card.
Alvord against 2 Hurricane defenders. Toward the far post. Headed away by Miami. Salama trying to get toward it, get to it. SMU will play it all the way back and start it over. Miami 3, SMU 3. We've had 6 goals. Feel like one has been better than the other. Some great shot making here tonight. Peterson, middle of the field.
Good turn.
Yeah, very nice. Alvord. Cut off by 2 Miami defenders. McCartney, the steady 80 of the Miami defense. Rose comes back in. She went out with 20 at the 20-minute mark. So she's had about an 8-minute rest, maybe a little bit longer.
Lazzetti as well. Nicole Nelson trying to get all of her best attacking players on the field to see this game out.
Rose perhaps has the goal of the night. I'm on with a quick throw in. A hot night, hot, humid, sweltering sauna in Coral Gables. Now, late in the match, both teams might have heavy legs. Both teams might be tired. Tied at 3. Can we find a winner? They're in the final 11 and a half minutes.
Number 19, Nyla Rose in the game for number 17, and number 8, Mackenzie Butter in the game for number 12, Paxton Fox.
.30 combined shots in this match. Gazarski trying to find some space. Throw in for Miami will come from Kay.
Substitutions for Miami, number 21, Tyler Gallagher in the game for number 18,
Alarcon
number 8,
back in.
Ciara Alarcon in the game
Alarcon,
for Julia Edwards, and number
an
9,
assist tonight off a corner kick that was finished by Canali. So Alarcon was the architect. Canali was the finisher. Canali trying to get free. Now SMU. Eddie. Scooped up by Wilson. Under 10 minutes to go. Tied at 3 in Coral Gables. Cobb Stadium on the campus of the University of Miami. 3 goals for SMU, 3 for Miami.
Watch out
Now
here.
here comes Canali. Oh, Canali tries to flick it over the top of the goalie and just flicked it wide.
A bit too excited, overzealous Canali. When you like to pop it up and over from this distance, you need to go with the flat part of your foot. Biggest surface that you can hit the ball with. Running full head of steam. She does have the technical ability. She's going to want that action back.
There's Canali chasing in. Both teams trying to be careful that they don't land on a tripwire here. Now it's SMU with some numbers.
Good defending from McCartney. It's a really clever run from Kelly Gordon. Neves off the shoulder. Just not enough weight on the ball. McCartney sniffs it out the last second.
Neves with the corner. We've already seen Rose with a scissor kick earlier. Now 8 minutes to go. After the corner, SMU surrenders the ball to Miami. Canali comes all the way back and takes the ball away. That's a heads-up play. Hartman. Well, Ricky, down to 7 minutes to go. What do you see here?
Seems like it's going to take one play to be the difference. We know there's going to be attacking power. We know there's going to be attacking quality. So now it's a defense that I do think is going to keep yourself into this game. You cannot afford to make any silly mistake or try to overcomplicate things when playing out of the back. It's that risk versus reward, that balance as well. You feel any danger, kick the ball long and reset your lines.
Here come the Hurricanes, Gallagher. Coming up on 6 minutes to go. 84 minutes into the contest. 3 goals each.
The way this game has been going, Joe, you expect there's going to be one more.
Somebody's getting a shot off here in the final 6 minutes.
One more golden opportunity. Who's going to take it? Who's going to recreate it? That's the question.
There's Canali trying to move forward. Trying to get it to Endahl.
Good stab.
Canali racing to it on the sideline and upended. Miami ball. Hurricanes will have it deep in SMU territory. 17 shots for Miami, 14 for SMU. Cerner back in for the final 5.5 minutes. Canali into the box and tripped up. What are we going to have here,
Penalty.
Ricky? What are we going to have here? My goodness. Canali tripped up in the box, and perhaps an opportunity for Miami to get the game winner with just over 5 minutes to go.
And it starts with Canali. Just watch how she lets this ball just come across her body to create a little bit of separation. She gets the right body position between her and Nieves. As we take a look, there's our center referee going into the monitor for VAR to check it yet again.
And now the moment of truth. Perhaps a PK for Miami, and Canali already has 2 goals to her resume tonight.
But it's the way that she receives the ball to let it come across her body. Now she's on the upward motion. Nieves comes across and watch that right arm, that left arm right there through the back. And I tell you what, I think that's a penalty. I think that is a penalty through the back. It's that right.
Davis knows it also.
It's the extension of the right arm that gets her in trouble because Canali has the right of way to the goal. So as a defender, if you elect to make a play on this ball, you need to be so sure that you're going to make all contact with the ball, none of the player. But Canali's just so clever. She lets the ball come across and watch her right arm right here. The extension through that back of the attacking player. It should be a pen. No question in my mind that this call should stand. The way that this game has been refereed, those types of fouls has been called all evening. If it's a foul in the center of the field, it has to be a foul inside the 18-yard box. Especially when you make contact through the backside of a player, you run the risk. She's clearly inside that 18-yard box. Watch her left leg. And it's the right forearm right there of Nieves that comes through the back of Canali. There's clean contact, there's clear contact, and it should be a pen.
So we're on a review right now with just over 5 minutes to play in this match, and the big moment of the match perhaps coming up. Canali with 2 goals already tonight for Miami. So all eyes.
It's a good call from our center
PK
referee.
now for the University of Miami. It would put Miami 5 minutes away from their first ACC win. And now it's all Canali. 2 goals tonight. Giovanna Canali, the freshman from Boca Raton, trying to break a 3-3 deadlock. The moment that Miami has waited for is here. .505 to go. PK for Canali. Over the ball. Staring down Cody Yard. Canali. It's deflected away by Cody Yard. My goodness gracious. Another twist of the tail. Canali is denied with under 5 minutes to go on a PK. And now SMU with a chance here on the other end. Rose plays it off. Salama trying to get there. My goodness, did not see this coming.
What a save that is from Cody Yard. Sees it the whole way. It's a comfortable height for the goalkeeper, but notice she does not leave her line at the right time. Lets Canali pick and choose where she wants to place the ball. Secure hands to parrot it away. Fantastic goalkeeping.
Oh, that was unbridled joy for the moment for SMU. Devastation for Miami, but trying to wipe that clean. Here comes Canali all the way down the field again. With 4 minutes to go, the final 4. Salama. There's been harmony between the ball and her feet tonight. That, my dear friends, was the ending we did not see coming. Hampton. For a mole. Into the box, look out. Here's Rose over the crossbar. A chance to win it.
Does quite well, Nia Rose, to keep herself onside and just play off the blind side of McCartney. But it's a really difficult angle. The ball's going away from goal. So your hips and getting your foot around it is everything. She hits it well, just unable to keep it underneath the crossbar. But she's been fantastic for the SMU Mustangs here tonight.
Under 3 minutes to go. How much more can we have in this one? Miami 3, SMU 3. This is one you can't take your eyes off of. Approaching 2 minutes, the 88th minute coming up. Looked like Miami was going to find finally the game breaker. But no. Cody Yard had something to say about it. Canali one more time. Into the box. Canali still alive with it. Canali trying to line this one up. Floats it for
Good work.
Oh, that was good. Floated in there for Landers. Tried to make the turn on it. Final 90 seconds. In this one, every second is a gift. Rose and Salama. Here's Salama. 1v3. And Salama. Defended there by Kay. With 1 minute to go and a corner kick. A high tension corner kick coming up for SMU. Some might have to watch this through splayed fingers. Here's Nieves. Tied at 3. Clock is ticking. Tension is mounting. Nieves trying to find a winner. Lobs it in there. And now Miami with 30 seconds to go. Final 10 seconds, and it looks like we're not going to find a winner. Miami 3, SMU 3. Quite a match. Lots of twists and turns in a topsy-turvy match inside the ACC. Ends in a draw. And probably, considering how hard both teams played, perhaps a night of disappointment.
I think it's a fair result. So obviously, you look at the